Hi guys. You guys probably saw, some of you probably saw um, our recordings from the press conference yesterday. A question that I asked of the chief of police was, hey Storm Hunter, hey Tammy. A question I asked of the chief was, is it illegal to carry a firearm while you're intoxicated? He said I had to take that up at the prosecutor's office. So I am actually going to call the prosecutor's office and ask that question. And I have another question. This supervisor, Kyle Kalb, that was allowed to resign from the police department, he is the one that is responsible for firing the gun in the car. He's being allowed to resign with no charges or anything. And what worries me is that's going to allow him to get a job as a police officer in another town, in another city, and it's also going to allow him to continue carrying a gun. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 1 if you can hear me, please. Maybe you can't hear me. Oh, there we go. 1. Okay. All right, cool. And the other thing is, here's the thing. He has taken responsibility for firing the weapon. The chief said yesterday he was responsible for the gunshots. Well, if you look into Indiana Code, House Bill 1387, it provides a person not in a place specifically set aside for the discharge of a firearm who knowingly or intentionally discharges a loaded firearm without legal justification while in a city or town commits a level 6 felony, dangerous discharge of a firearm. I'm wondering why this supervisor, Kyle Kalb, was allowed to resign and go to work at another police department and still carry a firearm when he should have been charged with a level 6 felony, which would prevent him from being a police officer and endangering the public by carrying a firearm. So I'm going to make a call to the Goshen Prosecuting Attorney's Office. Exactly, Tommy. Exactly. So I'm going to make a call to the Prosecuting Attorney's Office like the Chief of Police told me to, and see if we can find that out. Goshen Prosecuting Attorney's Office. The number is 574 296 1888. Hey Jerry, how you doing today? You guys hear the phone ringing?
Elkhart County Prosecutor's Office. How can I direct your call?
I was at the press conference yesterday, and the chief of police could not answer several of my questions, and he directed me to the prosecutor's office to see if we can get those questions answered.
Oh, okay. So you had some questions regarding the press conference yesterday? Is that
Correct.
What you mean?
That is correct.
Okay. Just 1 second. And do you ask who's calling?
My name is James.
Okay. Just 1 second. Let me see if someone's available.
Thank you. Did you guys hear her? Not if I can help it, Cindy. And I'm using a big spoon, Jerry. Hey, second son. Thanks for joining.
Vicki Becker's office, this is Tammy speaking.
Hi, Tammy. My name is James. I was present at the press conference yesterday,
Yes.
and the some questions that I had for my viewers, the chief of police did not have the answers, and he directed me to speak with you guys.
Okay, yeah, I watched the press conference, so I heard him say that.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you want to speak to Prosecutor Becker?
Sure.
Okay, she's actually available right now. If you hold on just one moment, I'll transfer you.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, this is Vicki. May I help you?
Yes. My name is James. I was at the press conference yesterday, and several of my questions the chief of police did not have the answers to, and he directed me to come to you at the prosecutor's office to get the answers for my viewers.
Okay, no problem. What can I help you with?
Well, my first question is it illegal in the state of Indiana to be under the influence of alcohol and carry a firearm?
Exclusively just under the influence of alcohol and carry a firearm? No, there is no law that directly covers that specific set of facts.
Okay. My second question is, okay, the supervisor, Kyle Kelb, that took responsibility for firing the rounds inside of the car?
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
Okay, he is facing no charges, is that correct? He was just allowed to resign?
Well, the first part of your statement is correct. He is not facing any criminal charges due to the quite frankly, ineffective investigation. The information that came to conclude that Cal was the one that fired the weapon was obtained during an internal investigation. And unfortunately, due to Gary versus United States, that's a situation where I cannot use that evidence in a criminal proceeding. So my hands are tied from the perspective of I can't use that information or evidence in any kind of a criminal prosecution. And that is the only place where there was evidence to identify who the person that fired the shots actually was. So that's why this was so problematic, because the criminal investigation, nobody provided that information at all. And it wasn't until they were under the protection of Gary that information came out.
So then, and the other question I was going to ask was, doesn't Indiana Code, House Bill 1387, allow you to charge him with a level 6 felony for discharging the firearm while in a city or town?
Okay, the House Bill 1387, which year was that House Bill?
That I'm not sure, but the House Bill 1387 provides a person not in a place specifically set aside for the discharge of a firearm who knowingly or intentionally discharges a loaded firearm without legal justification while in a city or town commits a level 6 felony, which is classified as dangerous discharge of a firearm.
Okay, well that is not current law, so let me see if I can track down exactly which House Bill that is, what year that was brought up, and see what happened to it. Do you have a couple minutes so I can look this up?
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. Every year they restart the numbering, so, like for example, the 2019 session, let me pull this up and see if I can find it, 1387. Yeah, this year the House Bill 1387 has to do with medical marijuana, so that's definitely not it.
Okay.
Let me go back here. Let me go back into the archives and see what I can find. Where's archives? By any chance, do you happen to have a copy of that with you?
I don't. I actually just Googled it, and that's how I found it. I Googled uh, illegal discharge of a firearm, and that's in the state of Indiana, and that's what came up.
All right, hang on just a second. I'm going to try that same trick and see what I can come up with.
Thank you.
Okay, that was from 2018. Let me see what happened with that. Yeah, it appears that died in committee and it never became law last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that is not current law in the state of Indiana. It was introduced, however, it never even went to a vote. The committee basically were never able to come to a consensus, and so it never came out of committee.
Huh, okay. And see, what the concern with myself and a lot of my viewers are, we live in this area, and our concern is this officer has proven himself to be unsafe, unreliable, and by allowing him to just resign, he is still allowed to carry a firearm. He is going to probably be working with another police department within the next year, and that's just a concern for us.
Sure, it's certainly a valid concern. I mean, obviously, I can't speculate to what's going to happen in the future, but of course, this disciplinary action will actually follow him and will go with him wherever he applies. So hopefully, whoever is considering if he goes into tries to go into law enforcement again, will do their due diligence and make sure they do look this up because it is available since it's public, obviously.
Right.
But I can't quarrel at all with your concern. I think it's a very valid concern that, individuals that choose to behave in this way are not individuals that we want as police officers. So I'm very, very pleased that Goshen Police Department took the action that they did with him to ensure that he wasn't going to be a police officer in Elkhart County, at least.
Okay. Another question is, Officer Brown, when will he be returning to active duty?
Where or when?
When?
When, I'm honestly not sure. I didn't count the days that would put him at his time that he was suspended. I understand it's sometime within the first couple weeks of March, but to be honest with you, I am not 100% sure of the exact day, so I certainly don't want to mislead you.
Right. That's understandable, and I appreciate that. One other question that you probably do not have you may or may not. From what I understand, 2 out of the 3 officers were armed.
Well, I definitely believe that at least 2 of the 3 were because Mr. Brown was armed. His weapon was seized during the initial investigation and found to be fully loaded, so I knew he was armed. Okay. And then we believed that there was one other weapon that had been fired that night, which was part of the problem with the investigation, in that the officers did not secure the passengers in that vehicle to make sure they could find additional evidence if it existed. Yeah. So I can't tell you by any degree of accuracy that there were only 2 weapons, but I absolutely believe that there were at least 2 weapons.
Okay. And do you have any information at all about what if anything was done with the and I don't remember his name, but the Elkhart City officer that was involved?
His name is Leonard Dolshenko, Dolshenko, and I don't know his rank though, but he is with Elkhart Police Department, and I know that they have now begun their internal investigation, but they have not concluded that yet to the extent that they have announced any discipline yet. But I think they just started that when I announced that no charges would be filed. That way they wouldn't run the risk of, gathering information that was outside of what I could use too. So, but I know that it has begun. I just don't know that it's been finished.
Okay. I think that's all I have at the moment. Give me just 1 second to look through my notes, if you would, please.
Sure, no problem.
I'm trying to look and see if anybody I've spoke with has any other questions that we haven't covered. Well, that looks like it for the moment. If and I'm sorry, your name again was
Vicky Becker, Vicki. Becker is B as in boy, Ecker.
excellent. So if I have any follow-up questions, or if any of my viewers have any follow-up questions, would they be able to contact you?
Absolutely, absolutely. The number is 574-296-1888.
That's excellent. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
No problem. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Well, there it is, guys. I'm kind of somewhat okay with what she had to say. I mean, the detectives and the officers responding to the scene really messed things up for her. Thank you, Jaded. I guess our, like I said, I'm concerned that this officer is going to be able to get another job carrying a firearm and policing somebody else's community. I mean, I live in Elkhart. I mean, as far as I know, and especially with Elkhart police officers' records, he could be working in my neighborhood next week, and that kind of makes me nervous. But you guys have her name and her telephone number. If you guys have any follow-up questions, she sounds very willing to speak with anybody.
Although she did say that they made it possible for him not to be able to work in Elkhart County.
Right, it's going on his record, and she said they are going to attempt to follow what he does and such. So I don't remember her name right off. Vicky something. Her first name was Vicky.
And her last name starts with a B.
And Kim says her last name starts with a B. I'll have to go back through the video. I have a very short memory. I'll have to go back through the video to get her name. I'm going to allow this video to post. So I guess our next question would be, what is happening with the Elkhart officer that was involved?
Do you want to post that number too, so that they can call and find out?
I'll look into that a little bit more, and that's the problem. There's nobody in the city of Elkhart, no officers or prosecutors, lawyers, or anybody in the city of Elkhart that's going to be willing to talk to me. They all know me. My phone number shows up on their caller ID. They probably won't even answer. So, guys. Hi, Mary. Just as a quick recap, we were calling the Goshen Prosecutor's office to find out why certain charges weren't filed, and basically they said because the police screwed everything up. The investigators didn't follow procedure and protocol and pretty much tied the prosecutor's office's hands. Even though the Kyle Kelb admitted to firing the weapon, the supervisor, Kyle Kelb, admitted to firing the weapon, because of the way the investigation was done, that evidence was not, the prosecutor's office could not use that admission against him, which, it is what it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to grab a cigarette. I'm going to let you guys chat for a little while, and yeah, if you'd like to, if any of you guys have any follow-up questions for the prosecuting attorney's office, her name and phone number are in the video. And she said she'd be more than happy to talk with any of you. I'm just, like I told her, I'm just concerned that this guy, because he was not fired, he was not penalized or anything, he's going to be allowed to continue carrying a firearm. He's most likely going to be allowed to apply and get employment at another police station, which could be in my neighborhood, it could be in your neighborhood. Oh yeah, Tammy, we know they messed it up on purpose.
You might wanna give them
We
the
know.
number again with the area code.
Yep. Yep. Dangerous then, dangerous now. And probably that he got away with it once, it could be even more dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Hi guys.
If any of you guys missed the press conference yesterday, check out Kim's video. I also did a live stream, but Kim did one, and mine didn't have very good sound, but the video Kim did of the press conference has a lot better sound. So go to Kim's channel and you can check out that press conference and what was said by the chief and other staff members.
Hi Mary. Glad that you joined. Gary says he thinks there was collusion involved.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, Gary. We think the same thing.
Interesting to know that the state of Indiana, apparently it is not against the law to be drunk and carry a firearm in the state of Indiana. According to the Elkhart or the Goshen Prosecutor's office, there is no law in the state of Indiana to prevent you from carrying a firearm while intoxicated. That's kind of spooky.
And on my video that I done yesterday at the press conference, it was only my second audit. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I was nervous. So go check me out if you want to see my second audit ever.
I'm sure most of you are probably subscribed to her. But if not, hey Tammy, could you possibly post her link so anybody that's not aware of where to find her channel, they can get there? Yeah, Jerry, I absolutely agree. The problem is my phone is still messed up from when the cops grabbed it out of my hand and threw it when they arrested me last time. And my phone is damaged and the speaker doesn't work very well.
Cindy wants to know what police department allows you to drink and carry.
Apparently the state of Indiana.
Apparently, Cindy, the state of Indiana.
Cindy, after this video posts, go back and you can listen to the Goshen prosecuting attorney answer my question. I asked her if it was illegal to carry a firearm while you're intoxicated, and she said there is no law preventing it. And that's the Goshen prosecuting attorney's office. Her name and phone number are in there. She said she'd be willing to talk to anybody about anything, but yeah, she flat out said there is no law preventing intoxicated people from carrying a firearm in Indiana.
Thank you, Jaded, for posting that. And thank you for all the compliments that have already seen it, who all have already seen it. I appreciate it. Like I said, I was a little nervous yesterday. But I don't think that police chief liked me and my question.
And the thing is, he said that the officer received, her question was, why don't police receive equal or worse punishment for crimes than citizens do? And he said in that case, the officer did. That is not true. The officer received a bit of a suspension and a 30-day suspended sentence and some classes. If you look up their record of DUI drivers, the penalties are normally a lot worse than what he received. I'm just saying.
I'm not worried about it, Mary. I got over it quickly. But I don't think the chief liked me and my question because I was point blank.
Okay, guys, we're going to shut this down so that the video will post, so that if anybody has any concerns or anything, they can get the name and phone number of that prosecuting attorney and get in contact with her and ask any more questions that we may have missed, and just inform her of your concerns. She sounds like a pretty decent person. I've got to give her credit. She may have just been blowing smoke, but she sounded like she was also concerned, and she sounded like her hands were tied because of incompetent actions by the police, and there wasn't much she could do. But if you guys would give them a call, and you can even call the chief of police and speak with him about it. Because like I said, this officer, because he was allowed to resign, and he wasn't charged with any crimes, he's still walking around out there armed, and he could be a police officer in your neighborhood next week. So I want to thank you guys for joining us. You can go see the video of the press conference on Kim Morehouse's channel. She did her video turned out a lot better. She has a lot better sound. My phone is damaged, so my microphone doesn't work very well. So you can go to her channel, and she has very good sound, and all the questions are heard and such. So thank you guys for joining, and if we find out anything else or do any more follow-up, we'll get back with you. You guys